OSK, how are you doing today? I know the wheel is up and I know you're all anxious to get right into it. So we're
Dude,
going to get
I'm
a spin.
I'm ready. I'm ready to click the spin. We're gonna spin to win, and I want to see what that first little class is gonna be. Well, yesterday we got off to a nice little start toxicologist. I want to see if we can get some a little bit more offbeat and see what we got today.
Let's see what we got. And again, this first game will be on EU. So let's give it a spin and see what game one will have in store for us today, ladies and gentlemen. A little
Oh boy.
bit.
Oh boy, what do we have? And we have
Woo!
conduit.
So
Conduit
game
on the
one will be on
beautiful.
Conduit. We are going to quickly hit a BRB screen very, very fast just to make up for the delay, get right into the lobby. We will be right back. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in this game one extravaganza. Quickly gonna just run the screen right now so you guys know exactly what's happening. We're watching Zen fall right through the fracture now, just as usual. Conduit will be our game one. So the other day we did actually have to wait a decent amount of time to see the Conduit come out. But right now we are going to get it right off the bat. First game on EU. OSK, what do you think about that selection of Conduit?
Dude, it's gonna be really interesting because yesterday we saw conduit on an A, and now we get to see the EU boys take advantage of it right here. And I want to see how many different builds we have here, because a lot of people you'll see are just going the classic 2-2-2, and then you got some more that are running just the basic runic fluency. Let me see if I can stack up 4 runes at a time sort of builds. So I want to see which one's gonna be more prevalent here.
Yeah, well, it looks like Elpa Dog is in a bit of trouble here.
Oh
Takes the
no.
wolf spot as quickly as he can. Now he's getting chased down. Megaverse also getting a kill into Staff Master 35. Elpa Dog now turns the corner, but he's down to about 29 HP. Uses his quick storm surge, but gets himself lifted. Unfortunately enough, his opponent jumps right onto his back, and he's going to go down here. Elpa Dog just getting drained, but still putting up a nice fight.
Dude, he's still going.
He still manages to live completely, dodging, dipping, ducking all of the incoming damage. Nice play from Elpa Dog to keep himself alive.
You want to find the potion right there. A little bit too soon for the loot, but Elpa Dog going out a little bit earlier than expected, but that's okay. He's got 5 more games. We saw Moktola do that yesterday. He came all the way back from getting 34th place. And ended up getting 2nd place. So I have no doubt that Elpa will be just fine. Here we have Tragedy Killer, the controller with no aim assist player right here on the PS4. I'm expecting some big things from this man.
I am too. I mean, we saw yesterday Tragedy Killer was actually in qualifier #1 as well, and he popped off in 2 or 3 of those games. Like you said, no aim assist on the controller, but Tragedy Killer is someone to watch for sure. Speaking of watching, we just saw MG90 take down Elpa Dog. That kill really came down to it. Elpa Dog had the beautiful blind faith, but it wasn't enough. Now we see Frosty. Everybody's on the conduit, so there's no sort of class review I can do. What I can tell you is he's running that famous 222 build. Interesting to see without recovery. I know recovery is actually quite a strong choice against conduits because when you're getting ticked down, you constantly regenerate a little bit of HP. But other than that, it looks like he's going for that thirsty, kind of trying to get some more resets.
Yeah, I would, it is a good point that you bring up. Now that everyone's running conduit, everyone has access to lightning. It's the easiest source of damage you can land on somebody. Just point and click, pretty much. And if you even get 1 damage onto somebody, you're going to interrupt the potion drinking process. And you see Megaverse for the win taking out Wacko Fuck FUXX. There you go. Almost got me there. You almost got me with the name. But anyway, I expect recovery being a little bit better than Thirsty in this sort of match. We'll see who can make it work.
100%. Well, Megaverse, as you said, getting the drop there. That is 2 kills for Mega already at the start of this round. So qualifier number 2 going very good for Megaverse as he comes out here, has the legendary fire, epic lightning. Damage is going to be going through the roof with what he's running. Interestingly, he's also running the 222. So not a lot of recovery players that we've seen so far. Maybe if we keep hitting that spacebar and seeing exactly what else other people are running. Here's a player to keep an eye on.
Fortitude. Let me see it.
Sure.
Let me see it. No Fortitude today. There's your 2-2 recovery there. He's running
Wolf,
what you want.
Wolf is definitely a big Fortitude player, but I think that in this tournament, just because of lightning, I think Fortitude is going to be out of the window in game 1.
Yeah, I would say so, definitely. I mean, it doesn't matter what source the damage is. It doesn't matter how much damage it is. That Fortitude's only taking care of 1, and Lightning is very, very good at interrupting your Fortitude, for sure.
Exactly, 100%. Well, we're just seeing here as people rotate into the storm. We got Syncade V2 getting a kill into Crystal Death. Very crisp, picking up a kill as well with the Lightning. So we are down to 24 people in game 1. Coming at the same pace that we kind of expected to see here. Game 1 usually does have a kind of aggressive tempo to start off. Players are finishing their warm-ups. They're feeling good. They know that they need to prove some score. Here is another player that we love to watch is Heldy TV. This guy plays so aggro every game, always plays super aggressive, and it's going to be fun to see him try to capitalize playing on some of his more offhand classes.
For sure, and I want to see his good use of teleport there. It's something that I'm looking to see quite a bit of. And here we have another famous contestant, not OP, with the interesting focused mana build, and he has 3 points into that. What do you think about that place?
I like it. Honestly, the focus mana can do a lot of damage in that final circle. It takes a while to ramp up. If you go for the focus mana, you're kind of putting more of your emphasis on the end game. But I just love to see OP out here playing for these games, playing to win here. Gonna see what he can crack out. We got Millsy42 as well, already on the legendary Invis. Stone in the side pocket. King Fizzlebeef coming through as well. Tons of players. Look at the quick switch there. King Fizzlebeef is in the storm, taking his pots. Looks like he was in a bit of a fight and he's just trying to get his HP. You can see the opponent chasing him down over the top now. King Fizzlebeef has the legendary dash. His mobility is going to be quite high for what it's worth. Harmony 222, the classic build, but he's getting chased anyway. Stone comes down, but it doesn't land. Looks like there's 2 people onto King Fizzlebeef as he gets hit with the toxic in the backside. Lightning coming as well. Boulder just barely missing. Fizzlebeef throws down the lightning sorcery, but it doesn't land on any damage. Dude's movement is very nice for sure. He's turning around, dealing damage while he retreats, but he's also taking damage from that consistent lightning burst. Fizzlebeef now looking for the pot, has his Thirsty with no stacks, unfortunately. You see that Healthy TV took the kill onto just Drew in the kill feed, but now King Fizzlebeef is the star of the show as he rotates around the side of this hill, and Frosty hits him anyway. Stone going up, down, and around to take the kill onto King Fizzlebeef. That is going to be Frosty's first kill of the match, and we're going to see exactly what he can do as we go further. Syncade V2 getting another kill, this time onto 420 Killa. Frosty now backing up, taking that S-key, Featherfall movement as well. Featherfall in a lightning game, OSK.
Oh,
I don't know about this choice, Frosty.
I know everything about this build right here, and it's called the Clay Pigeon because you go up in the sky and you get shot right down. Syncade showing Frosty why you don't run Featherfall in this tournament environment.
Yeah, 100%. Featherfall is not what you want. I could honestly say I would rather have any other rune in the game at this point. Syncade now is going to have to pick multiple fights. 15 people in this lobby. This one went down quick. I don't know whether it's because the players we have are more aggressive or because maybe it's just Syncade is eating. But look at the damage. Look at the Kovacs work. Syncade taking the 16 ticks on each little burn right there, and he has his legendary boots. Mobility is going to be high for a player who already knows how to maximize mobility. Look at the movement. Look at the turn. 7 damage tick. That's another player, ladies and gentlemen. Syncade is now in an engagement with 2 different players at the same time. Syncade's on that Marla, turning the corner, goes through the doorway, on the bridge as well. Wolf gets a double kill. I don't know exactly what the story is behind that, but just kill feed alone. Wolf picks up a kill onto Heldy and ZZ Sparky. 15 people left in game 1 of the qualifier number 2 for the Master of Elements tournament. Again, Syncade is making his way around this cliff.
Yeah, and you're seeing why I like the conduit build, and especially how these players are using it so effectively. Syncade putting on a clinic. Anytime he has that lightning sorcery up, even if it's out of battle, he is using it to recharge his extra rune slot, and it's going to be very important. I would wager that the sorcery is not quite as powerful as the extra rune charge. He's making good use of it there, and now he already has the sorcery back up. So he's going to make some really good use out of it there. And it looks like we're already into kind of the end game. Everyone has all 4 of their skills, and we're going to see just who can make the best use out of them right now. One thing to note, I have not seen Not OP in the kill feed yet. I think he might be still alive, and there's something that I wanted to go over with this build too. He is running the focus mana. He's going to be feeding off of that 3rd skill. It's the one where you can put down your lightning sorcery, and it doesn't cost any mana for any of your spells. He can use that focus mana to get extra damage for that 4 seconds that you can do it mana free, pretty much.
Yeah, 100%. That is probably that tactic he's going to be looking for with the build, is to just lay down as much burst as he can. It will be effective in the endgame circle. If he can get high ground, keep himself posted, and keep his cooldowns off refresh, I think he will be able to do some big damage. We haven't seen OP in the kill feed yet, but that might be him playing around the build that he's selected with the focused mana. Now I'm looking at Millsy42. Lots of legendary boots in this lobby. These guys are some lucky boys. Millsy42 looks like he's taking the drop, trying to drop a little bit of stone with the S-key movement. Stone Lightning, as we know, is quite a potent combination. Millsy42 unfortunately does not land anything directly. Now he's getting chased, takes the flight rune over the side, gets a little bit of lightning for his troubles. Still a good trade overall for Millsy42, not losing too much. It's only going to take 1 pot to put him back where he started. Millsy42 is somebody that I watch consistently making smart plays. Every time I see this man in competitive, he's not taking dives when he doesn't need to. That doesn't mean that he plays passive. He plays smart. Look at him take this fight. He doesn't want to engage on this. He knows there's 15 people left with the circle closing. If you pick a fight and you don't know you can win it quickly and the circle is closing, you're putting yourself in a terrible position. You see Millsy now just taking a small pot over the side, got that legendary stone, so the damage is going to be immense. And now we see it kind of just circling in on him. Spooks! Love watching this dude play every single time.
The Spooks. He is out here, 2 exiles to his name, and he's going to want to definitely rack up those points there. I know Spooks is a guy that typically does pretty well in these sort of high-pressure situations. I want to see if he can work his way up to at least 5 exiles. I think he's capable of it, even in this competitive environment.
Yeah, I agree. And now we're seeing Fumbles XO coming through here. The double teleport. This is what I expected to be the most common rune in the Conduit game. Just like we saw in Qualifier number 1. Teleport was so useful for each player, considering you could reset your rune charge. But now look at Fumbles XO. He's getting charged by somebody who's about half HP. He should not be turning off this fight. He should take this. That's an exile if he can play it right. Unfortunately, he misses the shot onto the high ground. Willy Jutsu goes down to Millsy42 with the stone damage. Looks like Fumbles is now picking too many engagements at the same time. Look at all these people working on him. Now he needs to take his teleport and GTFO. He does have another rune charge, so he can burn that like you see him do it right now, but it does show off a lot of your positioning. Once you drop that rune charge, it's really hard to reset because people are going to look for where it came from. And that is exactly what you see
Oh
now as
no.
Humble's XO gets jumped. Two people on his backside, teleports over the rock, but it looks like there's more
Oh
trouble to
no.
be had. Humble's
He
XO.
Oh, he just missed that extra rune charge on his teleport. He had 0.5 seconds to wait before he could get another one, and he just used it all up. Thankfully, he has it back up right here, but I think we're seeing the error of his ways and his build choice right here. He doesn't have a close range weapon. All he has is lightning and frost. So any engagement that he gets into, if he's too close, he's in a major disadvantage. And that's something I think he might want to think about for a match in the future, because it is not looking too good in these close range. You see Stone, you see Toxic. Not a good time for him.
It's a great point you raise right there about the close range. He has no option close range. You see that him teleporting around, but every single time he rounds a corner with teleport, he just finds another fight and he doesn't have a close range gauntlet to take that option. Now we see Drasticon, somebody who's deadly with the fire gauntlet, running around the side of the cliff, has his lightning in the fire in the offense. So he's got his little pocket pick, his favorite gauntlet, but he's getting bursted. All of this lightning damage coming down onto him. 11 people left in this game. Spooks takes out Megaverse FTW. Now we keep on rotating over to Sincade, throwing it out. Look at him, he's got his little rune charge. He's stuck in this little hole here.
Spot.
This must be what he's
no,
using.
He's good. He's good. He's fine. Yeah, I like to think of these lightning strikes as your little sister pulling your hair when you're trying to get your homework done. And now when you have a legendary lightning, just think about her pulling your hair and then banging your head on the table. That's a lot of damage. So you see Sincade just banging his head on the table. He's going to be looking to get that toxic extra corrosion damage. That man's shields are gone. Now his next target right here on the top of the hill. I wonder if that is Spooks. Let's see what he can do. He's got the Shadow Step. Great minds think alike. He's going to be looking to engage right here. He sees a fight going on. He's going to pick his own little way to get in right here. The zone is really tiny.
This is a great final circle for Conduits. I gotta say, this is an interesting one to see. Look at all the different high ground and variations in the terrain.
Oh, that's OP. That's OP right there. He's got the blind faith. He can't see anything, but he sees what he needs to, and that is just fine. He knows where it is. He feels it. He moves like they do, and he doesn't need eyes just like you.
Snowman, look at the damage he puts down here. 10, 10, 10s, but he's receiving even more. Snowman down to 43 HP and ticking. Recovery helping him a little bit, but he goes over the edge. No! Snowman taking such a crucial turn over the edge. He lives just barely, but not OP. Goes down to Spooks there in that last second engagement. You saw it. Milzy42 now finding himself a little place to pot, but Spooks is hunting. Milzy42 already left the basement before Spooks could find him. 4 people left in this game 1 of the second qualifier. Spooks is watching the action. We'll just stick on one player if we can here. Stick on Sincade maybe as he jumps around the edge. Look at him, he's completely invisible. This guy is the blind man as he sticks through the edge, gets his pot off in the corner. Sincade V2 has gone full hollow skin. But Spooks finds him anyway. Sincade actually picked up 2 kills back-to-back in the final circle. Spooks cleaned him up, and now Spooks is in a one-on-1. Drops him with a fireball, hits him on a 38 on the top of the dome. Nice trade-off. Spooks sees his opponent take the Shadow Step and takes one of his own. Turns around the corner, misses the air shot, but hits the second one.
I think he's got this.
I think he does too.
Oh no, his health is down. It actually just turned tables right here. He is very low. Toxic versus Fire versus the Conduit. Who is going to win? Spooks is in a lot of trouble right here, but their health is about even. I think he's skilled enough, but it's a competitive lobby. You have no idea what might happen. He's going to... Oh, just dodges the Ignite.
Yeah, that was a nice turn with the Shadow Step on the Spooks there. He's going to slide around. Takes a nice turn. He used the Firewall to block the Toxic. Spooks just needs one more tick to finish the kill. One more is all it's going to take. Spooks...
Oh, no.
It's down to the game. Spooks goes back in the front. He dodges back in.
No, Tragedy Killer takes it. This man on controller has the moves. He has the aim, and he takes out Spooks.
Oh my goodness, OSK. We just saw a chaotic 1v1 to end game 1. That is the first game of the day, ladies and gentlemen. You know exactly what is in store for the rest of this event. Quickly, before we go to the BRB screen, we are going to spin that wheel and find out what is coming for game 2. So we will get that online for you right now. We're just going to slide over to this beautiful display capture. You know, you love to see the display capture. Whip it out. Let's see what we got for game 2. So that was the Conduit game. Give it a spin, ladies and gentlemen.
I just want to point out I was right. Spooks ended up picking out 5 exiles right there.
Oh,
Uh,
nice guess.
I'm a smart man.
Oh,
And we have
Pyromancer.
Pyromancer. Oh boy. Looks like we have
Drasticon is going to be
birds.
one happy cat about that. He is a major Pyromancer player, and this is going to be an exciting game. So again, this game will be played on EU. This will be the second match. We are going to go to the BRB screen. You will not hear our beautiful voices for just a minute. We're going to find the lobby and get you guys in there. Thank you again for sticking around. This is the second qualifier for the MOE tournament. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, except this time that screen is lying. This is game 2. We're going to be running it real quickly here. This will be the Pyromancer round all around. Everybody's got to play the same class. You guys know the rules. We just saw the Conduit round in which Tragedy Killer clutched up the fight against Spooks in that 1v1 prolonged situation. But here we are anyway. This is game 2, and we're watching King Fizzlebeef once again. So this time he's got the fire on his wrist. Dexterity is the rune choice. So this time we know King Fizzlebeef switched it up. He was running the 2-2-2 with the Conduit. OSK, what do you think about rune fluency and dexterity instead of the 2-2?
You know what? Personally, I would go with the 2-2. That's just my bread and butter. I like the cast speed on my fire. You get more damage out more quickly. Real quick, I just want to point out, very fitting that the first one out of the lobby is going to be Frosty. We have no Frosty boys in the lobby today. Also, Syncade already putting himself on the scoreboard along with Heldy as well, making use of that wind gauntlet. Oddly enough, he's using the offhand.
Yeah, we can expect to see Sincade consistently in the kill feed. We know how that man plays, and it is aggressive every single time. You see Staffmaster 3-5 now, bouncing around, got the Toxic in his offhand. This is exactly the one that the offhand weapon that would be my choice would be Toxic for the DF combination.
Oh
Staffmaster,
no.
though, gets into a fight with no belt, OSK. This is too early for his engagement. You saw how he traded with his opponent, was able to see that his opponent has a belt and he does not. Staffmaster, you have to get out of this situation and fast, brother. Scavenger is not going to save you when it comes down to this clean 1v1. 27 people left in the lobby already, so you know that it's been filtering out. These Pyro games are always the quickest. We always see the most death and destruction in this Pyro matchup. Now we see Ilya Shich,
Ilya
somebody that I
shit.
love to see play through. A little bit of a graphics mess up as we see him take the air
Oh
shot.
boy.
Misses it
Ooh,
off
this is
the
how I
side,
like it.
though.
This is how I like it right here. Reminds me of the old OSR heads, old school RuneScape vibe right here. I want the low res. I want to be able to see the tile I'm clicking on. And Ilyashich wants to get way the heck out of there. He has low health, no belt, focus mana. What is this build? But that is fine. He's going to be just fine. He
Yeah,
escaped the action.
focused mana with Pyro is something I haven't seen a lot. Maybe he's looking to just absolutely blindside somebody with some huge fireballs. But Ilya, somebody who's always in the scrims, always active, always out here working on his game. So I'm
What are these
confident that he knows
strategies?
exactly what he's doing here.
Um, I don't know what's going on with this lobby in general right here, but everyone seems to enjoy the strategy of hiding behind an obstacle and then staying there instead of running to get more loot. Oh no, that is going to cost him right there. Um, Hopefully he can find himself a nice little belt right here, but I do not. Maybe you can explain to me. I don't know why you would want to just sit in one place and let your opponent find you.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. I think he's also worried about rolling up into another fight. As we see Spooks here, maybe we can lay off of the no HUD. Maybe we'll just leave the loading screen because it seems to be a bigger issue when we do the no HUD process. So we'll just keep it with what we see right here. Spooks now has the dash rune out of the chest, has the legendary frost, but decides not to take it. He is making the decision, and we see him make
Oh
up his mind
boy.
right there, live on stream. Spooks had to make the call whether or not he wanted lightning or frost as his offhand, going with the frost. So Frost Pyro is honestly something you see quite often. It's a pretty deadly combination. Frost allows you to kind of fill in your gaps, allows you to kind of help yourself out when you need that range. Spook's opting for it, sees somebody shooting ahead of him too, so maybe he's going to go engage on that. We see Tusk getting a kill into Snowman.
Ooh.
Tusk is such a talented player. Love watching him come out for these events, and he's out here today ripping it up. We got Willie Jutsu, CZ, Sparky, a couple other players coming through. We're going to see exactly what their Pyro kind of mindset is when we get into it. Looks like Sparky's in a bit of a fight, OSK.
Man, this man must really love lightning because look at his title, look at his name, look at everything here. He's got everything lightning. Anyway, it looks like he has the upper hand in this fight right here so far. His opponent is doing everything he can to kind of run away from this, not really firing back too much. I stand corrected. He throws down a fiery boulder, but Sparky is at full health, looking to rotate around this little castle tower. Now, want to see what he can do if he can even find this guy. I think he lost him. Where
I
did he
think he
go?
lost him too. I mean, Sparky didn't look like he really wanted that fight to begin with. It wasn't like you said, he didn't really push for any sort of engagement. And now he sees that his opponent is getting third-partied. This is a chance for Sparky to come in and give it a go. Look at his opponent take the boulder. Sparky maybe only needs a couple shots to secure an exile and secure big points on his board. I was right. 2 air shots is what it's going to put him down to. Only a couple more for Sparky to land to secure the kill. But his opponent is also chasing out of this. This might be a bad idea. Fighting in the storm this early in the game opens yourself up to so many little mistakes that you can make, as you see his opponent, who I think is very crisp, trading so effectively with Sparky. Both players going back and forth with the damage, but Sparky takes a massive cloud with the corrosion. Now he's down to bare HP. Both players going for it, though. Keep in mind, Sparky does have Thirsty with massive HP pots, so
Yep,
he
and
should
there
be
he
able to
goes.
recharge quite quickly. There he goes. He starts the drinking. But Sparky looks like he doesn't want to actually try to close out this fight. Whoever he was fighting did a great job. The best defense is a good offense, and you see him do it right there. Whoever he was fighting put out enough damage that Sparky had to say, I can't do it.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing I want to note as well, these people need to improve their fashion break right now. You can see Sincade's running the bear build right here. He's got no artifact on his back. He's like, man, I like my cape. I like to see it flutter. I don't need no weird artifact on my back right here. I'm just fine. He's also running the lightning right here, which I think would be a smarter choice over Frost in my own personal taste, just because it's a little bit safer as far as damage goes. Spooks, on the other hand, we saw pick up Frost. I'm sure he'll do well with it. I mean, he's looking for the clips though.
Yeah, he
He'll
is
he'll
looking
do
for the
just
clips.
fine.
I personally love the artifacts. I think they're a sick little thing to have on your back, but I understand some players don't feel the same way. Sincade being one of those people who likes to just have that floaty cape. Elpadog, though, rocking that Stone Shaper backplate, coming out with the double flight rune. This is actually a pretty deadly one to have with the Pyromancer class. You can get right above somebody and rain down Conflag Fireballs late game, as well as use the flight to reposition yourself. As you guys know, Pyro does not have a ton of inherent mobility other than Firefly, so flight kind of makes up for that and lets you get far very quickly. It does not give you the advantage of Dash Rune, which is something that gives you a lot of combat stat, but flight still makes up for your weaknesses. We see very crisp here with the double teleport. A lot of people doing the runic fluency for this Pyro game, OSK.
Yeah, for sure. They want to get as much use out of that movement that the Pyromancer class is lacking, like you just said.
True.
Now, it is going to change up a few things right here. Crisp wants to get as much damage as he can. You can see the recklessness on there too. That's another interesting thing here.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Personally, I think that it's the right choice over Escapist. I think Escapist, in my personal opinion, is probably one of the worst talents that you can have on that third slot, just compared to everything else. Recovery, thirsty, even recklessness is just so much more powerful.
Yeah.
So I think he made a good choice there.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Definitely made the right choice. We see Tusk coming out here. I'd love to see this guy wreak some havoc in that end game circle. This man, his mechanics are on point every time. It looks like he might hear somebody in front of him as he takes the crouch behind a little bit of a pillar. He does.
Ooh, there he is.
Now let's see what Tusk can do here. I can't wait to see if he can really whip it out. It looks like he's actually jumping into a fight that's already began. Tusk will have the upper hand going into this. Full HP, full pots. Pockets are full as well. Tusk has all purples all over his body. Doesn't see exactly where his opponent went. Maybe he's looking for pot spots. Sees the firewall come out, but he dodges it just barely. His opponent is floating high in the sky. Tusk has the stone in his offhand, looking for big damage. Takes the Firefly straight up. Has the dash rune off cooldown now for a little bit of extra mobility. Sees both players in front of him now, so he knows that he has more than just one and a player behind him. Tusk now has to quickly reposition and try to make the best out of the situation, but he's taking fireballs left, right, and center. Tusk is out of armor. Recovery will at least help him a little bit. Lightning's still burning him. He needs to look for a reset here, OSK.
Man, this man is living in the past right here. He's got this classic build. He's got Chariot of Fire with no artifact. I think he's living in the pre-alpha days right now, but that's fine. Pre-alpha it's a tough thing, man. You thought this one was hard? Just go back about a year and see if you can get even one exile. He comes from the old days. But anyway, we're gonna switch off to Heldy right here. This man is rocking the fashion break. He's also got also Chariot of Fire as well with the Shadow Step, as well as some really good gear, laying down some good damage. Chunks his opponent down to half, and he's going half HP right here as well. Dude, this man came here to play.
Heldy, look at the damage. Like you said, OSK, we're watching him put down 36, 36, 36, back to back to back. Heldy with a legendary amulet, so we know he's going to have a lot of extra time to deal that damage. Sincade has been in the kill feed all match in this game 2 and game 1, in fact. Heldy, though, getting jumped on 2 fireballs straight to the face and a lightning shock. Harmony going to save him from the CC troubles, but his opponent is all over him. Heldy takes full damage now. Armor is down for the count. Recovery ticking. Scavenger not helping at all in this situation. Drasticon takes out Zen with the stone. You see that in the kill feed as we see Heldy trying to reposition himself, using the storm as a little bit of cover so that he can maybe not be seen as well, but he still gets spotted. Lightning being broken on him too. Whoever is chasing him has insanely good aim with the sorcery.
Oh no, the ignite there blocking him. So he gets the flight, but he also gets lit on fire himself. This is not looking very good for him. Thankfully, recovery's going to come in clutch, but that uncommon fire, by the way, is not going to do him any favors with lightning. Yeah. I mean, he's up against lightning. He's got low health. It's not going to look good for him. Therefore, we won't give you the pain right here. We'll switch off to Megaverse and see what he can pick up here. A lot of people running the fire and stone combo right here.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like people are mostly intent on just running Firestone to that final circle situation and hoping for a final set where you can really just burn people down. Syncade, though, opting for the Lightning with 5 kills on the round,
That's the
13
man.
people left. Heldy actually
Oh,
got the
Heldy pulled that
kill.
out.
So after we turned off him, Heldy must have been able to reset and turn the fight around. That is an insane flip of the events right there. Well played by Heldy. Look at Syncade dropping the big damage. Airballs back to back to back, and the Lightning. Look at him use the small little ticks to get a little bit of extra damage. He does not have Thirsty, so drinking these pots is going to take the full 5 seconds. Nonetheless, Syncade posted up on this low ground situation, has his dash rune off cooldown, so he will have the mobility there to burn. Sees his opponent, gets a nice firewall. No air shots, but he's looking for him. Coming up there, there's 28. One more to finish the kill, but it looks like somebody actually stole it from him. That was Tusk. Tusk
No, Tusk
secured
got
the kill.
incinerated. Tusk just got incinerated,
Oh.
man. That's Fumbles XO. Tusk is out of here. The new school kicks out the old school, and this man running away from Syncade's about to get his chops lit up. It's flying away, but Syncade has beautiful aim on that Lightning. All mouse and keyboard. Nothing assisting him here. Oh my goodness, he found another man, and this man's about to be another victim for him. Look at him go.
I
Everyone's
can't
ready
believe
to fight.
Syncade managed to avoid all the damage of that DF. I thought for sure he would take at least 1 tick plus corrosion, but he manages to sidestep the entire cloud. Now you can see him trading back and forth with another Marla. This ST movement is insane. Syncade is out to kill. The movement that you see when you watch a player like Syncade is just so satisfying. Look at him dash run into his own firewall, quickly off the rip, turning the corner, trying to find the track, but he doesn't see his opponent, does get behind trees to break line of sight, takes the S key once again.
Look at this man's movement. I know he didn't hit anything there, but my God, is he smooth. Anyway, I want to point out, he has 5 exiles so far in this match, and I would imagine he's going to get at least 2 more. This man is just racking up all the points. Look at him go. There's another victim for him here, and I'm calling all these players victims for a reason, because Syncade has proven time and time again he can make these kids go down. Oh, dude, he's smelling blood. He's smelling blood. He gets in there, drops bombs.
Nice shots.
9 more damage.
But you see OSK in the kill feed. Drasticon just picked up a double kill as well. So the Pyro that we know and love is doing some work just like Syncade. Syncade also popping off big damage onto his opponent. Didn't secure any kills, but still, the damage is enough. We see Opa, aka Dog, going up trying to secure the kill. He does have lightning, but he opts to fly right after him. Peter Pan style, looking for the pick, but he doesn't land the air shot. Unfortunate for Alpha Dog. Flight still off cooldown. He does have Runic Fluency triple stack, so his cooldowns are super low on that mobility. We see this one coming down to it now. It seems like Spooks just picked up a kill as well. Oh, never mind. He exiled himself in the storm. Technically, he did pick up a kill.
Yeah, he picked up one on himself right here, but that's not exactly the way you want to go out. Unfortunate for Spooks. I would imagine that there's a player involved in there somewhere. Anyway, Fumbles gets struck down by the hand of this Lightning Gauntlet right here. So far from what I've seen, everyone's pretty much on either half or very low health right here. Heldy breaking the mold, but now there he is again. Half health, half HP again. Oh my God, this is such a low health fight right here. Whoever picked Recklessness picked a good gauntlet, picked a good talent, because it's going to come right in handy in this kind of thing.
Yeah, Heldy TV seems like he keeps operating on super low HP. Maybe that's part of the recovery, but MG90 says enough of this. Hits an air shot to secure the kill. Now we have 5 people left in the game, MG90 being one of them. Taking the quick S key movement, jumps into a firewall that is not his, so the Ignite will start ticking on him. Now MG finds a beautiful place to reset and pop, but it's not enough. He is spotted. Takes a quick source from the Lightning and another burn. MG90 may go down here. He is at 5 HP and a dream. MG90 has the Escapist too, which is an interesting pickup as you see him turn the fight. 5 people left still. Nobody's gone down yet, but Elpa Dog changes that by securing the kill onto Fumbles XO. 4 people left in the game. Drasticon, we see him with 4 HP.
Syncade's gonna take it.
Let's
Who
stay on
else would
Syncade
do
for the
it?
rest of the game here. Hopefully we can just see what Syncade has to offer. Maybe he can clean this lobby up. That is 6 kills for Syncade V2. Pops himself up to the top, takes the dash rune as well, and lands perfectly on the high ground, but still gets spotted. Gets the drop onto MG90 by just staying right on his back, shooting 3 fireballs directly into him. Now he's trading for this 1v1. Both players dancing in the air like some sort of anime battle. Look at the scrap, OSK. Look at the kill! He gets the turnaround. I did not expect to see that level of damage come out from Syncade. Fervor just showing what he can do when you have the aim and accuracy. What a drop by Syncade V2 to win this game 2 on Pyromancer, dropping off Elpadog. What a round all around. We're going to pull up the wheel one more time. Or not one more time. We got a couple more times. But this will be for game 3, the last game on EU. We are ripping through this tournament, and we are going to get right to it. So let's spin that wheel, ladies and gentlemen.
Spin to win, baby. So far from
Spin to
yesterday,
win.
we've had all the NA classes get put on EU. Let's see what this last one's going to be.
It's interesting.
Here we go. What's it going to be? It's going to be
Oh.
toxicologist.
Okay. This is going to be interesting to see because we have a lot of talented players such as Sincade on EU on one of his best classes. I would say he's best at toxicologist, but people may argue. But this is going to be interesting nonetheless. So we are going to go to a BRB screen once again, find you guys a lobby once again, and get you into the game right away. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back. Just a minute break. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, and this time it is game 3. Look at that screen. It worked perfectly this time.
Beautiful.
No issues. There's no problems over here. This is the Toxicologist game. Honestly, I'm going to be straight up. This is the game that I look forward to second most behind Tempest. Toxicologist is such a crazy, flashy class in which you can do an insane amount of damage and really pull it out on some players. So we're going to see if players like Sincade can take advantage of their experience and wipe some lobbies. We got ZZ Sparky already in a bit of a fight, taking the flight rune, purple rarity, but he is getting hit with a deep air shot on the fire. Megaverse for the win, getting another early kill. Looks like Megaverse every single game. It looks like
I think
Megaverse
he
is the
is.
first one to pick up a kill. He's been eating OSK.
No, you know what else is that he's also in game 1 we saw him take out Wacko, and it looks like he does it for a second time in a row. I think they have a little rivalry going on or something. I
No, it's
I
funny
literally
because
always
sometimes
see
in
him.
these tournaments, you know how some players practice and they always get the same drops. They go to the same locations every time, and then you get these rivalries where both players drop even guard, and then you get these fights like we're seeing now with Megaverse at the start every time. Look at us pop around here. Now we see Ilya. Already look at his loot, OSK. I don't know
Dude,
where
that
he
is
dropped, but
the poor common toxic, man. The poor common toxic. I'm so shout outs to Finox, by the way, the common toxic gang. He's
for
not
sure,
feeling
for
very good
sure.
about it. But that's okay. He found the Air Jordan, so everything's just fine. Everything is
And
good.
not just the Air Jordans, he has a purple ice with a purple amulet as well. We see Outrix in here too on the Shadow Step.
Ooh,
Got
there's a
that
name I haven't
Toxicologist,
seen.
the standard. Running the 2-2-2 recovery build with the Toxicologist. Recovery is a very good talent for this lobby specifically because when you get hit with a big outbreak slap, and if you're hitting that one on raw HP, you'll get a significant amount of your HP back. So it's actually not a surprise that we see a lot of recovery, not a lot of thirsty in this Toxicologist game 3, last game on EU.
Oh, baby. I want to see. Okay, so here is my theory. Okay, you ready for my theory?
Okay.
First of all, Willie Jutsu, interesting strategy flying along the edge there. He must have got a bad fight. Anyway, my theory here is that everyone's main class is actually toxicologist. Everyone just adopted Stone Shaper. So this is pretty evident because during like closed beta 2.0, we saw literally in these competitive events everyone running toxicologist. So everyone knows how this class works. It hasn't
Yeah.
really changed that much, if at all. So this is going to be, I think, one of the more competitive lobbies.
No, that's a great point you bring up. I mean, all of these players have some sort of experience on Toxicologists, which is not the case for things like Frostborn and Tempest, where some players are level
Frostborn.
3 on Frostborn and things like that. Fumbles XO is in the kill feed with a potential fracture death. I'm gonna
There's
do him the
Alpha
benefit of the doubt and just say it was a storm conflict, but he is down for the count. Now we see Sincade V2, one of the better Toxicologist players, in my opinion, coming out here. Only level 38, surprisingly enough, but he's in a fight right off the bat now. Look at him trade evenly. Always has a
Oh,
lightning gauntlet in
baby.
his offhand. He knows his ability to trade with it, but he does have a wolf's blood to hunt down his opponent. Snowman gets the kill onto AGG Says. Alpha Dog gets a kill as well onto RGB Imagine as we see Sincade looking to get a kill of his own. 27 people left in this game. CK jumps up, misses the first initial burst of damage off the lightning, sees his opponent take a cloud too, but Sincade is deadly serious about finishing this kill. This is such a disadvantage when your opponent has a Shadow Step and all you have is something like a Wolf's Blood. Look at his opponent actually do a great job of turning this damage around. Oh, but Sincade
That was a good
quick.
juke on that stone right there, and takes out Altrix. Very nicely done by Sincade right there. You can see his proper use of the Wolf's Blood rune right there, able to predict his opponent's movement. Very nice, very nice. Now he's got all that loot to work with right here. He's going to read up, get that last little bit of cast speed. This man is already big. He is 1 point off from being fully educated with his master's degree. My goodness. And now we're going to switch off to the master toxicologist, not OP. Also, if you haven't seen Spellbreak, the actual game, Proletariat, not OP was the person to actually make that little guide video. So much love to this man. See how he can do it in a competitive environment, though.
It looks like he's trading in such a... This is a very poor spot for both of these players to be trading, and they know that there's a storm kicking, so they got to be careful here. OP moving backwards. He does have an HP pot in his pocket. He also has Recklessness, so his damage is going to be massive in this storm if he can get it. OP taking a quick pot now, gets his HP back. This is the move. Got to make sure that you're staying secure. I don't know how far they have to travel, but it seems like it's a lot, considering the entire minimap is covered in storm. OP now taking a quick pot with the armor. Stezen goes down to Drasticon, and HB Muffin goes down to Healthy TV.
Oh, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, that
That's
is a
quite the
long way.
distance there. So he'll be chunking probably 2 per second, I think, which won't be that much, but I mean, it's still quite a bit. And
Yeah.
honestly, I'm looking at this build and trying to wrap my head around it. I can see damage reduction. I see a little bit of extra levitate height, and I see extra damage when you don't have any armor. I'm trying to wrap my head around it here. It's taken me a while.
Yeah, it's a tough build, but I mean, OP is a master toxicologist, so maybe he has a secret plan in store for us.
Here's another one I'm looking at right here. This man is just looking to mitigate the outbreak potential here. So If you get hit by Outbreak, it's going to mitigate that 80 plus damage that you normally would get right there with that Fortitude, and then the Focus Mana, you just sneak up on somebody with that Invis and get yourself a nice little extra boost of damage as well. So interesting build. I think this one makes a little bit more sense. It's still a little bit different than what you would normally see though.
Yeah, this is super interesting. We see Arnando B also very quickly getting a kill into King Fizzle Beef at the same time that Staff Master takes himself out.
Ouch.
Ilya also got a kill onto Frosty, but yeah, like you said, this is a very interesting build coming out from Wolf. Very crisp, looks like he's posted up in a corner, so we're just going to go ahead and skip that camera angle. We're on to Drasticon now. He's got the fire with the Toxic. Always, always, always can expect to see Drasticon with the fire, and it looks like he has found his targets. Turning around, he hasn't hit anything, so he doesn't know exactly how low these opponents are. It's so important to quickly hit a DPS check so you know what to expect, but Drasticon doesn't even need it. He jumps right onto Megaverse and actually changes mid-frame. He shot a fireball, but shot at the same time a Toxic Blast. You saw how much damage that just did to poor Megaverse as a DF comes down. Yeah,
speaking of a lot of damage, my goodness, Drascon's getting chunked down quite a bit. Thankfully, that Thirsty is going to come in handy right here. That was a very nice frame cancel that you talked about right there. If that was what we actually saw, I couldn't really tell. But anyway, this man running a very, very basic build, 222 DF. Gets a nice little kill onto Megaverse right there. Just in the Toxicologist way, too. You sneak up behind your opponent and you hit him straight in the back, just how we like it.
100%. Millsy42 getting a kill here as well. MG90 picking up a kill. OSK, I actually forgot to say, but you are the Toxicologist player. You are one who mains this class, so maybe you are more right to speak on these classes than I am. But look at Drasticon taking the chase here, running the classic 222. Thirsty over Recovery. Interesting choice. Maybe he expects to see a lot of pots in the final circle. The main complaint I hear about Thirsty is that it's useless in final circle zone situations sometimes because of the lack of potions. You get to the final circle and one of your runes is completely useless if you can't find pots. Syncade V2 takes out Tusk with the Toxic. That is a tough kill. Drasticon getting chased now, but his opponent doesn't know that Drasticon is pretty much full HP. He's not even against taking this fight, but he knows that this guy's very low. Drasticon takes the air shot. Oh no, he's overcommitted to this fight to the extreme.
That's not a good decision right there. I would say if you're so tunnel vision on getting someone killed right here, to the point where you're taking damage from someone else. I mean, that other person might be full HP. You get done with the one kill, and then what? You're half HP versus a man who's been chasing you down for the past 500 yards. Like, you want to be pretty careful about that kind of decision. In a competitive lobby, almost certainly will lead to your death.
That's exactly what I was going to say, is that in a pub lobby, you can get away with mistakes like that. But in these competitive lobbies, Drasticon cannot make an aggressive play like that with 13 people still chilling. We just saw Elpadog get the kill onto Not OP, aka OP, aka Toxicologist Master. Syncade V2 getting a kill on Spooks, and Ilya going down to Tragedy Killer. So we are looking at 12 people remaining in this game. It has actually thinned out so quickly. This Master of Elements tournament all around has been the most insane like gameplay with aggressiveness, people playing out of their minds. Elpadog going cliff jumping. Oh gosh, what is this spot?
Whoa, all these spots.
I have never.
How far in the
seen
zone? Give me
spot.
a map. Give me a map right here. Where is this position in the zone?
Where are we?
Press a little M, can we? Oh my! He's actually out of the zone, so this is not a good spot to be. He needs to fly away right now. That's a lot of damage coming his way. I didn't even know these platforms are right here though. This is.
I did not know about this pot. I did not know about this pot spot at all.
That's a chest. That's a chest right there on the edge. I didn't know.
Gosh. Okay, well, Elpadog's showing his experience with the game as he gets into a trade and somebody's on him so low. Elpadog knows he can actually secure an exile if he gets lucky enough. Millsy42 is the one who secures the kill instead. That was on Drasticon, so the #1 Pyro is out of the game. 420 Killa goes down to Syncade V2 with the Frost. Elpadog looks like he actually managed to survive completely thanks to that weird little crevice off the side of the map. Nice play by Elpadog as we jump over to Millsy42, who actually has teleport. Interesting for sure. Millsy42 running the 222 with recovery. We know that this is a very consistently strong build. Sees a couple more potions, which is so crucial. Baby. It is massive to make sure that you have potions to burn when the final fights begin. We see Millsy42 knows he has that sorted out as he takes the 5-second charge.
Interesting little teleport decision there. By the way, Plays, I want to ask your opinion on this. So, if I'm holding an armor shard, okay, I know you can't drink it. So, Is it like a 45-degree angle that I hold it, or do I need to bump it up to 100-degree? Like, how high do I need to hold my arm for that armor to start absorbing? Like, what? How's that work?
To start drinking, to start getting the fluid.
Yeah, dude. Like, if I'm holding a turtle and I hold it up in the air, like, is it the 100 degrees? Is it?
I think it's a 97 degrees exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and whip out my calculator, my trajectory. Sincade V2. At the same time, we're talking about whipping it out. Sincade gets the kill to Tragedy Killer. One thing I want to just clarify is that was not a teabag. He is crouching behind that to look for an opportunity to dodge a frost shot. There was actually a rock standing right in front of Tragedy Killer. Sincade was using that as a bounce.
That's tragic on the Toxic Cloud right there. He wanted to get that Heisman throw, looking like I don't know, Joe Burrow, is that his name? I don't watch football. I play games. Anyway.
8 people left in the game. Sincade V2 throws down the firewall. We see that he's getting jumped on. He actually dodges those clouds so well. Watching Sincade move sometimes is just astounding. Sincade now gets onto his opponent and he two-taps Snowman just relentlessly. I cannot get enough of watching this man play. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a pub. This is Sincade playing in a competitive lobby with 6 kills popping off. Elperdog going down to Wolf. So now we have 6 people remaining with 6 kills on Sincade individually. Has the fire, no frost, so he's running that DF high damage to build.
Yeah, you gotta watch that zone right there. But Sincade making this look easy. He makes it look like all these comp players are in a pub lobby. He is just walking through these people.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you press W key, you hold it, you tap your left mouse button a few times, and you're in the victory screen. That's what Sincade is making this look like right now. He's
it looks like Wolf actually got a double kill as well, OSK. That's 2 kills in a row for Wolf. 5 people left in the game. 3 kills on Mosley42, who we are spectating right now. I think we might have to wrap this one over to Sincade and just leave it on him to remain out the last of this game. He has been a beast so far in these game 1, 2, and now game 3. With that legendary belt, that's going to be so nice for him, keeping his HP up. Has the harmony as well, so the CC will not touch him. Sincade turning around now. He somehow avoids all of those fireballs and toxic shots. Sincade using that movement to his advantage, taking his own cloud twice now. Still no deaths from the original 5, so everybody has just kind of taken their chance to take a quick reset where they can. Sincade now moving around the side of this firewall, trying to break out of line of sight as quickly as possible. It looks like Sincade is now just going for kind of a passive play, but it's not going to pay off. He actually gets punished for his positioning, taking a massive fireball to the face and another toxic slap. Sincade now taking AoE from all angles, all sorts of people on him.
His shields are gone as well, and I think I'm not sure what the passive play. Oh god, that tick. That absolutely massive tick. This is actually a very good strategy that he's going for right here with the firewall. I don't know how he's not being burned, but that's okay. There he goes, being burned. Anyway, he puts up the firewall to block any of these toxic splats, because toxic won't go through the actual firewall itself. Fireballs will, but toxic won't. So this is actually a pretty good defense that he's putting up as well.
Yeah, it is a good defense. Sincade using his firewall so appropriately in this situation, jumping over the shadow step and getting the drop onto Arnando B. What a flick onto the top there. That is 7 kills for Sincade V2. Jumping over the side now. Again, using a quick firewall, which is not even his own to block off damage. Breaking his DF on the top. 4 people left in this game. Sincade continues to trade. Jumping up the shadow step over the side of the wall. Takes a flick, but he doesn't land it. Actually quickly DPS checks the corner to see if anybody's there, but Sincade knows that is not true. He now is quickly taking a couple power crouches as he uses this wall once again.
You could call it that. You can call it that if you want. I know what it really is. I know what's really going on here. Sincade knows he's in an advantageous position right here. Oh my god, this man tried to outbreak it. Oh, good lord. My
nice
goodness.
kill onto Milty42. So Sincade actually staying pretty healthy considering everything that's going on here. 3 people again. Sincade just moving back and forth. No armor pots in his inventory. He's going to have to work with what he's got. Watches somebody take a quick dash off the side. Sincade turns around the corner. Yeah, this is a very dangerous situation, but he actually avoids all of that AoE damage. This is what you see with this Toxicologist end circle. It's absolutely chaotic. RNG, AoE everywhere. Sincade jumps over the side, lands a nice outbreak for I think 36 total damage, but now the AoE coming out onto him. 66 HP as each player kind of takes their own little corner and relaxes it out. Sincade turning for the flick and he gets it on the 30 damage.
I think he's gonna get this one. I think he's got this in the bag, except for that. Oh, that's actually Wolf right there with the fortitude. He actually negates some toxic damage right there. I don't know who's running the frost right now, but my goodness, all they're using is a toxic gauntlet now. I don't know how you're gonna use the frost right here. Oh, he gets burnt by the DF. Can he make it inside the zone? Yes, he can. Oh, this is so dangerous. He gets Wolf. Exiles Wolf. 9 exiles. Can he make it 10? Double digits. Where are they? Oh my goodness. Where's this man hiding? Is he way up there?
Straight up in the sky. Syndicate sees the DF come down on top of him, but he actually avoids most of the damage as well as the storm tick. He sees his opponent dancing through the edge of the storm. Syndicate needs to hit this AoE. He finishes it.
He finishes it with 10 exiles on the day. My goodness, Syndicate is walking through these lobbies.
Wow, that was actually an insane end to the game. I thought for sure we were just going to see somebody die to circle due to the way that storm was shrinking, but Syndicate mops it up, turns out of the way to avoid the AoE from the first initial DF, lands his own in response to Willy Jutsu, and finishes it with a clean drop. So now we are going to quickly spin that wheel one last time. Or no, I keep saying one last time, but we're going to spin that wheel before halftime. And then we are going to see what we come into in game 4. So let's get right into it. Here, a little bit of a drum roll. Game 4, the class will be...
Everyone's favorite class is going to come up right here. I can tell.
It's going to be that.
I can tell. And
Frostborn.
It is Frostborn. That's my favorite class. Let's go, baby.
All right, so we're going to do a 15-minute halftime break, complete with community montages. Remember that if any of you guys in the chat have your own content montages or community uploads, feel free to drop them in the Element Discord server, in which we can feature them at halftime, just like you're about to see right now. So we're going to jump over for a quick little break, and then we will get into Game 4 on NA. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen.
Just one more night, 'cause there is no diffusing this dynamite. Baby, let me have you just one more night, 'cause there is no diffusing this dynamite. Baby, let's create more density. Sparks turn into fire unintentionally. Feel my body moving in ecstasy, and pour your gasoline all over me. Sparks turn into fire unintentionally. Feel my body moving in ecstasy, and pour your gasoline all over me. Baby, let me have you just one more night, 'cause there is no diffusing this dynamite. Baby, let me have you just one more night, 'cause there is no diffusing this dynamite. Baby, let's create more density. Sparks turn into fire unintentionally. Feel my body moving in ecstasy, and pour your gasoline all over me. Hold me, feed me, lock the door and give you all me. Squeeze me, show me that you're sensual. I'm feeling sexual.
I feel like a ghost. I don't know why. I feel like a ghost, looking for life, floating, never in the daylight, haunting everything I lost. I feel like a ghost. I don't know why. And all I want is a little hope. And all I want is to fill my soul. Please fill up my soul. My tap is running low. Please fill up my soul. My life is in a hole. If I diagnosed the pain in my life, it's trying to find a way to revive. Searching for the antidote, but no one's telling me the cure. I'm just so alone, and I don't know why. And all I want is a little hope. And all I want is to fill my soul. And all I want is a little hope. And all I want is to fill my soul. Please fill up my soul. My tap is running low. Please fill up my soul. My life is in a hole. Please fill up my soul. My tap is running low. Please fill up my soul. My life is in a hole. Save me, you know you can. Let me up in there. What you give, I'll take it. Promise I'll break it. Promise I'll make it cool.
Fucking res. Actually, go for the rest so I can go to kill. Dude! I just knocked that guy while he was invis!
I ain't tryna. I ain't tryna. Yeah, ain't tryna be cool like you. Wobbling around in your high heel shoes, I'm clumsy. Made friends with the floor. 2 for 1, you know a bitch by 4. And 2 left feet, you know I always drop. First thing a girl did was a bop. And the whole damn cake and the cherry on top. Shook up the bottom, made a good girl pop. You ain't even here to party. Ken in the club tryna pipe a Barbie. I don't wanna go with the flow back then until I touch my toes. I don't wanna row the boat. Wrist full of rocks and I hope I float. Big up yourself cause you know they don't. I chew cause they hope I show. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass. I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss, I'ma shine like glass. On the after, you've been the before. I've been the stallion, you've been the seahorse. Don't need a report, don't need a press run. All of my bad pics been all my best ones. I wear the hat and I wear the pants. I am advanced,
Oh, what
so I
the
get
fuck?
advanced and I do my dance and cancel the plans. Said boo, don't be mad cause you had a chance. Yeah, said I took it and I ran for it. I run it and I stand on it. Money on the floor when we dance on it. Shine bright when I put a tan on it. Said I took it and I ran for it. I run it and I stand on it. Money on the floor when we dance on it. Shine bright when I put a tan on it. Like, bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss. I'ma shine like glass. I'm a bitch. I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss. I'ma shine like glass. I'm a
I was in the clouds, always looking down. I was by myself because no one was around. Now I think I'm next, but I'm still depressed. Hanging by a thread, maybe hanging by my neck. I was in the clouds, always looking down. I was by myself because no one was around. Now I think I'm next, but I'm still depressed. Hanging by a thread, maybe hanging by my neck. All black fit, you can't see me with the lights out. All these fights, I just really wanna lie down. All that hate, but they started being nice now. All your love, but I feel it start to wind down. Do you hate me? Do you love me?
Let's cook it. You good? Oh,
Oh, well.
We are back. Only the smallest of small technical difficulties as we pop into the game 4. The screen lied to you once again. This is actually game 4. So this is the Frostborn match. First game on NA. We played out 3 on EU already. You can hit exclamation mark scores to find out where your favorite players are placing so far. Right off the rip, we got Wacko Fuzz coming in here with that stealth slinger. I got you. You can never get me. Never, never. And he's out here. He has the Stone Shaper backplate. Just Drew gets a kill with the noodles.
Look at all these noodles in the kill.
Oh my god, it's a little bit of a buffet in this game 4 here. Noodle plates left and right. We see Willie Jutsu on that Frostborn. I know Willie Jutsu is waiting for his chance to play Conduit. RGB Imagine gets a kill as well. We are already down to 31 players. Surprisingly enough, OSK, this lobby thinned out very quickly. I thought a Frostborn game would be super low aggression, but looks like Willie Jutsu's proving that to be wrong as he charges in with that alacrity, sees an opponent, sees a couple trails in front of him, so he knows that there's some sort of bait. Elpa Dog Noodles OP to death. No, not here, not now.
I think that was a gentleman's agreement of Noodles. I can't see it any other way. Anyway, Willie Jutsu found himself a nice little target right here. And by the way, I heard you talking about Noodles. Apparently, in the chat, we're going to be having a T-Foul cooking stream soon on the official Element stream. I can't wait to see it. Probably won't happen, but anyway, here we have Willie Jutsu just circling on this man right here. What kind of skin am I looking at? It's a Marla. Okay, I thought it was a blind fake. I thought we were seeing OP's gameplay, but we're not. Okay, that's fine. Oh, line it up. Line up that shot. You know you want to. The common frost and nothing, but that's okay. We have a fireball. Oh, wow. That flame wall actually reached up pretty high. Look at that. It climbed the mountain.
Is the game 3 screen. Got to make sure that that is off right now, right? So quickly pop over, maybe open up and make sure that that is off the screen if we can.
I like game 3.
I like game 3 as well, but you got to make sure that it is not stuck in the middle like that, right? So just hit the quick eyeball on game 3 and it will go away and we will be into the game. Awesome. So now we are here with Willie Jutsu dropping through. We're still watching a bit of Willie Jutsu action. He's got that frost on his side with the cooldown just burned now. Takes the shadow step up to the top of the high ground, gets the turn as well, but he misses the air shot, unfortunately enough. And now he's looking for the target. Another banger through the side, gets it off, but he doesn't land it. Now he's got to just try to push backwards. A little bit of Toxic on the ground, so he's got to be careful with it. Willie Jutsu has the double stack Shadow Step. He's running the Runic Fluency, which is an interesting choice. Charges up his Frost, and he hits it!
There it is, finally. That fight lasted forever, and it's finally over. Get him out of my lobby. Anyway, it looks like Willie Jutsu already has himself a nice little blue Frost because he's just leaving that one behind. So we're going to hop over to 420 Killa. And he has quite a bit of loot as well. He's got the fortitude, block all those shots off, and he's got a nice little belt with no armor though. I think he's in a fight, and he is. Looks like someone with lightning. It's hard to tell right now. I can't. Oh, he gets sniped though. He's so low. He's literally so low. Fly away. No duck hunt in this lobby. Get out of there. Oh my goodness, he's so low. He is so low. What is he gonna do? Place what options does he have? Everyone has long range options.
His only option here, OSK, is take the flight rune as far as possible and hope to God that Fortitude saves his life. It does. 420 Killa actually gets away with that.
Actually worth it right there. By the way, Fortitude proven. Actually, I say that.
He was too confident. OSK, you were gassing him up too much. You got 420 Killa too hyped on his play. Outrix actually chases him down and finishes the kill. Oh my goodness. Outrix has a legendary lightning with the epic frost and an epic teleport. This is a scary player to see. Syncade V2 gets a kill onto Ilya SH with that wind slams. We are down to 21 people already in the game 4 of the MOE tournament. This is the Frostborn round, so we're going to see some big snipes coming out. Speaking of snipes, RGB Imagine posted up on the highest of high ground, trying to make it rain down on some opponents. Invis stacking up. A lot of Runic Fluency I'm seeing with the Frostborn, which is not exactly what I expected. I expected more Harmony, considering people want to avoid the slow, but I am just a humble caster. Millsy42 gets the kill into Spooks with the stone. We were looking at Elpa Dog now as we load through. He is taking some shots. He's deep in the storm. Maybe, I don't know if that's due to looting or due to fighting.
Oh, what?
Nonetheless, he's got to go.
What a talent setup right here. He's got Fortitude and Vital Stone. He's looking for pure frost. He's looking for pure frost duels right here. I don't think I've ever seen the 3-3 pop up in competitive play before. I've seen some meme streams. I haven't seen competitive scenes with the Fortitude and Vital.
OSK, I'm gonna be honest, I thought I was getting a spectator bug that wasn't showing me the first talent, but it is confirmed Elpadog is not running the first talent. This man was noodling, and now he's out here with no mind talent, no brain to this build. Megaverse goes down in the storm. You saw earlier that Milky took out Spook, so we're already down to 18 people, and we hop over to just Drew. This man makes some beautiful content for the Spellbreak community. He is out here whipping it up for us now in the competitive games, takes the kill onto Muffin, and Outrix gets a kill onto Drasticon. 16 people left in this game because King Fizzlebeef also got a kill. This is thinning out
Hold
very
on,
quickly.
just a moment here. Look at this man's build. I'm a very happy man now. Look at this. Can you
this is
read
what you were
off the
hoping
talents
for.
to me? Read off the talents to me, please.
I got you. We got the Focus Mana, Fortitude, Recklessness. Keep it chill, OSK. I know this is your favorite to
Oh
see.
my
This
goodness.
isn't just Drew. He's looking for big damage. We actually did see that work very well in the first qualifier. The full damage Frostborn did a surprisingly good job when it came to late game. Now we see Fumbles XO with a pretty similar build. Instead of Recklessness, he is opting for Recovery, but the Focus Mana is there with 3 stacks in it. So that's how you know Fumbles XO will be able to do a massive shot once Overcharge gets unlocked as well. Storm is starting to close off now. 3 seconds until it shrinks once again. Fumbles just barely getting through before it starts dropping.
Ooh,
Shots
that's close.
coming in. So it was very close. Fumbles trying to respond now, but he actually misses, and his opponent misses as well. Now we got Fumbles XO. Nice loot. He's looking actually quite ready to fight. He doesn't actually have to focus on any sort of pushing or anything. He needs to look for good fights. Elpadog takes out just Drew, aka Jerusus, with the Toxic. So 15 people left in the game 4 situation right now. Remember, we are on NA, so whatever that has to do with how you view these players, keep that in mind. Syncade V2 playing on slightly higher latency, and now he's coming through. Takes his shot, doesn't land it. He is also running the Focus Mana Fortitude Recovery. Maybe this is what we see as the meta in these Frostborn games, as Syncade lands a 56 drop onto his opponent. Also, Syncade rocking the Wind, which is what we saw with Diego Contra consistently when he was doing Frostborn. The immunity actually saves the life of his opponent, but Syncade just barely misses off the backside.
Wow, and this is actually a build reminiscent of the old days as well, bringing you back to the alpha days. I remember when Shadow Step used to have a lot more verticality on it, and Frost had an inherent float to it. So this man could possibly be looking to Shadow Step, charge up his Frost, and land a free shot.
Yeah, that will be what he's looking for. This is bringing back many memories. And his first charge shot, when he gets it off with the Focus Mana, will be a drop. Wolf gets a kill onto Arnando B. Syncade V2 gets a kill as well onto the King Fizzle, which is what we saw. Willie Jutsu gets the kill onto Wacko Fuzz. So this is breaking down quickly. 12 people in what I expected to be a way smaller circle. This game has thinned out so fast. Last time in Qualifier 1, Frostborn was one of the most packed final circles. Now you see Syncade taking some deep shots at his opponents. Fumbles XO also secures a nice kill with a stone, so we are watching it slowly collapse. We are going to slide over as well to the Frostborn God. This is who we want to see. Wolf, this man, level 20 Frostborn. I want to say he's level 20. He has put in the hours to this class. Me and OSK, we were talking about it a little bit earlier about how a lot of these players may not have that much experience playing Frostborn, but Wolf is not one of those people. This man knows what he's doing. 10 people left in the game. He already has 3 exiles. He's opting for Toxic offhand. RGB Imagine gets the kill onto Stee Zen, and we are down to almost single digits in this Game 4 final circle situation. Wolf taking a quick sidestep. He's confident shooting over that ledge, just trying to get a peek off where he can. Now he's coming off the side. This is what you need to do, is get that high ground and work for it. Focused Mana Recklessness. So even one of the #1 Frostborns, in my opinion, OSK, is running your favorite build. What does that say?
I was just about to say that, man. I was about to say I ran it as a meme, but if the optimal build on Frostborn is the meme strat, I mean, my memes are not dreams; they actually work.
Honestly,
I
I think
brings me so much joy.
I think that with a player like Wolf, it actually is the optimal strategy. I think it really depends on your ability to play the class. If you are super confident that you can land all of your frost shots, I think it's the way to go.
The Fortitude gets eaten off by something.
Oh, that's unlucky. He actually got eaten off due to a corrosion puddle that was sticking on the floor, but now he sees his opponent. Wolf looks to square up, but he gets shot in the side of the head as he fights off another player. Ooh, and a big DF comes down. I don't know how that one got laid, considering that you couldn't have Toxic and Fire in the same hand, so it must have been an accident on his teammates, or maybe he threw the cloud and it blew up. regardless, Wolf is now in trouble,
Has to be.
OSK.
Yeah, and one thing I want to point out is that even though we're not running toxicologist, if you actually put down a toxic spray on a frost trail, it'll still leave the puddle. So that has to be what broke his fortitude. And I think you were right. What we just saw was him trying to put down a cloud, but his opponent was running fire. So an instant DF just happened right there. Thankfully, he has some distance. The fortitude's back up. He is back in business.
He is back in business for sure. Look at him aim these shots off legendary belt. So that's going to be key as we get farther in. Legendary toxic as well. And we're going to bounce over to Willie Jutsu, conduit player who's actually making a stake out here in this Frostborn match. Taking the S key shadow step. We know he's a shadow step master. Looks for the fireball air shot, but he doesn't land it. Takes a shot in return. Has to quickly get into cover. This is such a dangerous position because his opponent knows where he is. Willie Jutsu gets out super quickly. I thought he was in a lot more trouble than that, to be honest with you. But he gets away thanks to a quick reaction on the shadow step. Look at the turnaround now as Willie Jutsu takes a little bit more damage, gets his pot off, and he's not seen in this position. Has runic fluency, so there's going to be a lot of burn here. Drops the firewall. See him take some more desperation shots.
Very dangerous. One shot will do it. DF's not going to help him, and the zone won't either. Oh, barely gets out of that zone with his life. Thankfully, recovery saving his life right now. I wouldn't be floating right there if I was him, though, because we have a lot. Oh, that's a lightning. Lightning and frost. Interesting combo.
Well,
And
I think
looks
Willie
like it pays
Jutsu,
off.
I mean, all things aside, results aside, death aside, I think Willie Jutsu did a solid job there making what he could of that. He got jumped on in the hallway. We started that play with Willie Jutsu literally escaping with his life, and he still managed to live long enough to get his placement up 1 point, so it is worth it. Outrix, his fortitude gets ticked by a long-range frost. You see the ability of fortitude in the Frostborn matches completely negating a massive shot that he takes now. Outrix, look at him trying to take a shot, but look at the jukes. The speed of the alacrity as his opponent uses it to go left, right, and dodge. Outrix now just working his way backwards, has no armor pots, so has to find some if he wants to get his tick back up. It's going to be hard. You know how quickly you run out of pots in these final circles. RGB Imagine, a player to watch, has 3 kills right now, rocking that double shadow step, which we've seen all day today. Such a powerful rune all around.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty nice little strategy. I think that's Wolf up on the top there, if I'm not mistaken. Puts down the Toxic Cloud for extra, like, as a sort of cover. So that's very interesting. He's not... Oh, Majin, what are you doing? Man, you just stared off into space, and my man's shooting you in the eyeballs. What are you doing?
Oh, unlucky. I think he accidentally pressed the S key in a situation where he did not want to. Syncade V2 gets the kill onto Very Crisp. We are down to 7 people in this lobby. RGB Imagine makes his way around the side of the tower, now looking at the loot, trying to find armor pods desperately, but none on the ground, unfortunately. 7 people left in this game as RGB Imagine getting jumped on from multiple angles, Stone coming out, Frost coming out as well. So quick with how fast he lost his HP. OSK, he's down to 66 active HP, turns around to the side, gets another slap to the face, and the corrosion's going to take him down to no armor. HP only thing saving him from the end of his round. Gets away from the AoE, gets right at...
Surrounded. Wolf takes it. See how Wolf is doing with the rest of his stuff right here. He's got 5 people watching him, 4 exiles on the day. Oh, what is he going to do? This is such a close range engagement for such a long range class. Of course, everyone's running it, but this is still so much stress going on in my head right now.
Yeah, tons of different action. I mean, we just saw Wolf get so lucky. That opponent came right up into his face on that first kill. You see Fumbles Exo gets the kill into Elpa Dog. Now Wolf is trying to make it work. 4 people left in the circle, still pretty sizable zone for the situation. Wolf goes down. 2 different frost shots hit Wolf within a small frame. He goes down to Syncade, but Syncade is now dodging through the storm. 3 people left. Syncade needs a reset so damn bad. Has focus mana, so his damage is going to be high. He gets jumped on from the side, so now that's going to get onto him. 3 people. Hits a nice shot. Syncade, look at the turn. Look at the burn, turn, and damage.
And he does! He takes out MG on that low of HP.
1v1 situation now. Syncade looking to make an actual highlight play for the ages. Gets what a turn onto MG. Now he slides off. His opponent is running Fortitude. Syncade is in game time now. He has Fortitude ticked up, so he will get 1 tick of free damage. Has to make sure he uses that to the best of his advantage. Turns around the corner, hits a 38. That's a good open. That's a good open.
Armor. This is going to be dangerous. He has full armor. This is such a disadvantageous fight, but oh my god, look at the damage.
Oh my gosh.
He needs 1 more shot.
One more to end this, to turn it around, to completely flip the script on game 4. Syncade doing the impossible here. Trying to get it where he can. Wind spam coming down. Stone in his face, and Fumble secures it.
The last second. Oh man.
My. Wow, I don't know what to think. What a game. Sincade, I'm standing up. I'm out of my chair standing. Sincade making every effort he can, but getting secured down by Fumbles XO. Oh my goodness. We are going to have to bring up the wheel and find what we are going to see in game 5. What a Frostborn match. I am so impressed with all the gameplay we saw there. Let's quickly see what we're going to get in game 5. Let's spin that wheel, baby.
Oh, what's it gonna be? Tempest or Stone Shaper? The most opposite classes ever. Where are we gonna be? It's gonna be the Stone Shaper.
So it looks like game 5 will be Stone Shaper. Game 6, the final game, will be Tempest. We are going to quickly run the BRB screen and get you guys right into game 5. Thank you again for sticking around. What a set of matches we've seen here today.
What an absolute set.
Game 5 on the go. Oh, the screen one more time. Just quickly mute them before we get back into the game because last time I don't want to have another drop like that. Just make sure. Let's just double check. And we are into game 5
Oh my goodness,
here.
there's 2 games. Oh my, there's too powerful. We need them off. Jesus.
2 games left, OSK. This is what it
All
takes to determine our winner for today. If you guys are curious about where people are placing, where your favorite breaker is placing, go ahead and hit !scores in the chat, and you will get a nice link that shows you all the details. But for now, let's detail this Game 5 matchup. This is the Stone Shaper Bonanza. Game 6 will be Tempest, but for now, we're going to see some Hulk slams. Agniste gets into a fight immediately, getting dropped on. Firewall comes down, but Agniste does a nice job of staying in front of it, avoiding ticks, but they come down now. All this damage breaking onto him. That Shadow Step is going to save his life in the situation as we see tons of kills coming off right away on the bat. Millsy42, one of them in the kill feed.
Oh, this is great. We got Noodles. We got these people actually have some belts right here. No recovery, oddly enough. But anyway, he's gonna learn real quick that Majin doesn't play around. He's gonna get X out.
Sincade actually got noodled by Sparky.
Oh,
to death in this game. I'm not sure what the circumstances were behind that. I'm going to give Sinkay the benefit of the doubt and say that it was an unfortunate situation. Healthy TV gets a kill onto Hummus3. Solid username, by the way. We got Not OP, aka OP, coming into a fight of his own, it looks like. Jumping over the side, he's going to get in this engagement. I can't wait to see him whip this out. Takes the boulder, unfortunately, right to the face and throws out a response boulder, but nothing's going to come. A frost shot is actually on his tail as well as OP looks to survive here. Taking a quick little bit of regen off the side of the stones, gets the turn, but his opponent has a frost, so he has to be careful.
Ooh,
No,
this
OP just hit. Yeah, whoever he's fighting has that aim on point. OP lands a nice boulder in response, though, staying cool in the fray of it. Nice job by OP.
He actually might be bringing this back. Let's see if
Nice
he lands
turn. He uses that rock to break line of sight on the frostboard, gets a nice slam to return it. Boulder comes down from both players. Neither of them misses. It's Alpha Dog.
Gets it. My goodness, putting on a clinic with the frostboard or with the frost gauntlet on Stone Shaper, my mistake.
I can't even fault OP for that matchup. Alpha Dog played that to perfection, doing such an amazing job of utilizing Featherfall early in the game against a Stone Shaper. We meme Featherfall all day, but sometimes it really changes the outcome of a fight. Alpha Dog using it there to secure that dub. RGB Magin gets a kill onto Tusk. Just Drew kills Wacko Fuzz, and Snowman gets a kill of his own as well. We're going to keep on bouncing around and seeing what more chaos is coming out here. This is exactly what we expected from a Stone Shaper matchup, OSK. Death, destruction, and punching the ground. Healthy TV feels very comfortable on the Stone Shaper pickup. He is an experienced player on the class. He knows exactly what he wants in these fights. 21 people already in the game left as Wolf takes out Drasticon. Oh my god, I can't keep up with all of this killing.
Dude, I can tell you right now, everyone in the chat was predicting Fumbles XO on the Stone Shaper, maybe as a joke, but your joke's over because he's actually exiled now.
Yeah, unfortunately enough.
And
21
Heldy was the one to do it.
Heldy was the one to do it. He does have 2 kills already, so he's off to a pretty good start. As you guys saw, the scores are pretty spread out so far, but it's going so crazy with how these games are turning out. Maybe we can bounce around as it looks like Heldy's looting. I'm expecting a pretty big mid-game lull for this game. When you see 20 kills in the first 3 minutes, you can kind of tell that it's going to slow down for a little bit. But anyway, that was just overall a great set of fights as Muffin goes down to Outrix, and we see Ilya Shich, who is in a bit of a situation, gets himself a reset. So I don't know exactly what the result of that was. I don't think he secured a kill due to that fight, but he is resetting for sure. Has the Flight Rune there with common rarity, so the cooldown's very, very long. And this game continues to go crazy. Frosty kills Millsy42, Spooks kills AGG Says, and Wolf goes down to Megaverse. 17 people left in this game already as we see Snowman also picking a fight, getting hit hard with a stone slam but throwing out a response of his own. No damage lands directly. Snowman continues to juke around the side of this cliff, throws down the firewall, or his opponent did rather.
Ooh,
now
nice.
Snowman is trying to trade here.
This might be Heldy right here. I think it's Snowman versus Heldy because, I mean, I'm recognizing the skin. I'm recognizing the strategy right here. He's got the flight. Oh, maybe it's not Heldy, actually.
No, that isn't Heldy because Heldy just got a kill into Spooks. It was a good guess because they have the same skin, but it looks like there's multiple Stone Shapers running that skin. I did also think it was Heldy, to your credit, OSK. I thought for sure that was Heldy.
Yeah, they're all on fever break right now. What is going on right now?
This is going to collapse.
Yeah,
I can't believe my eyes. There are 16 people.
There's already 16 people. Dude, I was predicting like a 10-man final circle coming into this, but they're already exiling so quickly. Like, I don't know if it's just people not getting their correct builds. I don't know if everyone's just out for blood today. But my goodness, Snowman looks like he's about to melt out here. He is getting melted by his opponent. My goodness.
And now another person joins in on the fight. Snowman knows he is screwed. He has to get out of this as quickly as possible, but the lightning is coming down to challenge his armor regen. In a lot of trouble. 16 people left. As we said, no deaths have come since our last shout out, but the lightning strike does come. Snowman now knows his opponent is ticked down, about half armor, but Snowman is in a much worse position. Frosty gets the kill onto Ilya, which you see in the kill feed, but now Snowman is the focus of this cast. As he moves his way backwards, takes the forward dash, and Heldy TV.
Heldy.
So Heldy actually, you were talking about Heldy, you guessed it was Heldy. Heldy third-partied later in the fight and took the kill onto Snowman. OSK, aka Nostradamus, making the predictions. That's so Raven style as we get into 14 people left in the game. 4 kills on Heldy himself too.
Man, I got my eyes on this new game coming out, Xenoblade Definitive Edition, coming out in May. He sees the future, and so do I. We have all the vision in this game right now. By the way, going back way earlier to the Elpa Dog OP thing, so far, from what I'm being told in the chat, Elpa has exiled OP 3 matches in a row. So
That sounds like a blood
big Fs.
vengeance. Elpadog just going for it right there, bullying one player. I can't believe him. I thought Elpadog was a nice guy, OSK.
Yeah, I thought he
can't
was
believe
too.
this. I'm disgusted.
Yeah, I think all this tree strats, as much as I love it, I love the strategy, and the man himself, though, I might have to take this.
So Tragedy Killer gets the kill into Healthy TV in the kill feed, which you see, but now
wow.
very Chris is getting absolutely mauled. This guy's jumping right up into his face. Chris is trying to trade as best that he can,
Oh, he
but he has
just-
very little at his disposal. Misses, but lands the fireball.
They're
into
even
Stone
now.
Slam.
No,
Dashes
now they're
forward.
not even. It's back and forth all day long. Chris gets ahead, then gets put behind himself. He just needs one more hit on the Stone Shaper.
Nice!
Just Drew goes down. Crisp looking very crisp with those plays, turns it around, easy peasy, fully educated, almost fully armored up. He'll be just fine for the final circle, man.
A lot of credit to Chris staying completely calm and collected in that situation. He got jumped on face first, full damage breakthrough, but Very Crisp stayed real with it, laid out the damage in return, used his cooldowns appropriately, secured his second kill. OSK, 11 people left in this game, and we haven't even hit the third tier circle yet. What game am I watching? Am I watching Call of Duty Warzone? I cannot tell. There is death and destruction all over this map. Hulk smashing, Stone Shapers crushing through the hollow lands as we are watching Game 5 of the second qualifier for the MOE tournament. Arnando B now, we're seeing him come through just in time for 420 Killer to get his shine in the spotlight, finishing that kill. 10 people left in the game now. Arnando goes down to the slam. 420 Killer's loot is looking quite good, OSK. What do you think about his build? That 222 with the recovery, I think this is what we can call standard at this point.
Yeah, pretty standard. It's running the Chariot of Fire, pretty standard. Unfortunate that you can't really heal off the fire anymore, so you kind of have to play it at a distance instead of literally a chariot, but that's okay. He'll be just fine. He has the flight for the late game. As long as he can keep his health up, which will be a challenge right here, and it is too much of a challenge. Megaverse will be just fine running the wind offhand instead. That is even more interesting in my eyes.
Actually, interestingly enough, too, when I did the scrims this week, Megaverse was running this exact build down to the T. So he's been practicing this setup, and he has the setup that I guess he's been working for. 9 people left, and the circle is huge. I don't know if we're going to see an end game lull or what to expect, but look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
That
I have
circle.
never seen such a large lobby left in a tournament game. This is insane as we get through it. 9 people left in that big circle, Megaverse being one of them. Kind of looted up, ready to go. No legendaries, but everything else looking quite appropriate. Wearing the appropriate attire for the situation. And got that wind as well. That is definitely an interesting pick, OSK. Maybe he's using it to try to break fortitude, like you saw right there, using it to break off the immunity. Maybe he's using it to throw his boulders extra far. I'm not 100% sure.
I think he's just going to be using it kind of as an anti-air. That's what I would do it as. But anyway, going back to that circle right here, I think you're going to want to be investing into your offhand gauntlet because all this different terrain coming up right here, except for this flat area right here, it's going to be very hilly. It's going to be not very conducive to a stone fight like we saw in yesterday's qualifier. So I'm very interested to see how the strategy is going to change if people are going to start picking up maybe lightning or frost. That's personally what I would want to do, but it's going to be pretty difficult for the stone gauntlet itself. And
Yeah,
by the way,
you
rip
see-
to Willie, he has the common stone.
I was about to say the exact same thing, sir. I look over and he has the common stone and he has no kills on the round. So Willie Jutsu is in a very hard position to try to turn this one around. Tragedy Killer himself has 1 kill and a legendary belt / stone gauntlet. His damage is going to be almost double what Willie Jutsu puts out per slam, especially since his fervor is double stack too. And we see the proof of that right now as Tragedy Killer lands 2 big air shots with the fire. Takes the flight rune over the top, breaks the ankles of his opponent, but doesn't land any damage for it. Gets onto the top of this weird little building, although I do love this new terrain. Shout out to the Proletariat map team, by the way, as we see Tragedy drop through some damage. 35 ticks as he comes over the side of the cliff. Tragedy Killer still full, completely HP. No harm done to him so far. Throws out the fireball with the boulder combination, but doesn't land it. Getting the air shots off his wrist now, but none are connecting. His opponent's taking a deep flight. I am surprised right there, OSK, that Tragedy didn't burn his own flight rune to follow that. Maybe he made the right choice considering how much chaos looks like there's going in front of him now. I expected to see a little bit more of an aggressive play from him, but regardless, he's chasing now, sees another opportunity pop up right in front of him, and somebody gets up in his face. The flight is off cooldown, so he can burn it as he does just now. Throws out the air shots, nothing connecting. So hard to land these right now through the air.
Now, there's the thing about that flight rune is that if you fly into a group of people, then you just exhausted your only way of getting out of that. So I think that was a pretty good decision as far as kind of maximizing your survivability. It's nice to go after the exiles and chase them when you can, but as we've said this entire day, it's not a pub lobby. These people know what they're doing. So I think that was a good decision on his part.
Yeah, that definitely probably was the right call. I think you're right about that one. I do want to quickly just mention, though, that Tragedy Killer... Oh, that was really unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. We got just in time to see Chris S-key into a firewall for the death. But a quick thing I wanted to point out is that Tragedy Killer is playing on PS4 with 0 aim assist. I want everybody in chat to quickly know how damn hard that is. Playing PS4 0 aim assist on the sticks in a competitive lobby, coming out here in the top 5. Love to see this man work as he's hitting the Stone Shaper. We got Megaverse with 4 kills, takes a quick firewall, bit of damage, dodges the boulder, throws out his own, but it doesn't land. Now Megaverse is in trouble, takes a slam in the back, so he's got to keep his movement up. Turns around the side of the corner, doesn't get it off, but gets hit himself. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure exactly where this damage is coming from, but it's coming in droves. Megaverse now getting in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I think Megaverse is pretty low, but his opponent's also, oddly enough, pretty low himself. So this would be pretty interesting if he can turn it around right here. He has recovery. He can get a little bit of extra value from it. I think his opponent is a little bit lower than what Megaverse thinks. Oh my god, look at those boulders, man. This is about to be the entire game right here. Get in the sky, rain down some boulders. I'm ready to see it in this final circle. It's closing in. And this is quite the environment for the final circle.
Yeah, this is going to be chaos. As you said, this is going to be a rain check. You're going to see tons of people just looking to get high ground and throw down boulders. Megaverse using a quick break in the action to try to regen as much as he can, using the firewall as a little bit of a hideout. See Willie Jutsu now doing exactly what we were talking about, getting himself very high up in the sky. Calm and Stone. So unfortunate for what is needed right now. He needs lower cooldowns. Alpadog gets the kill onto Ski Zen, so we're down to the final 4 in this circle, OSK.
Yeah, and one thing to note here, as far excuse me, as far as sorceries go, my goodness, you keep casting our
Oh, I got you. Willie Jutsu throws it up straight up in the air. OSK taking a quick phlegm break because we get Willie Jutsu. Maybe we can space out and click on somebody who's going for the bottom screen action. Tragedy Killer, this is who we want to watch. Pops his way straight up, looking to hunt this kill down. Looks for the air shot, and he lands a beauty. This man is insane on the sticks. I can't believe it. He's hitting these air shots with 0 aim assist on a damn PS4 remote. 4 people left in the game. If Tragedy clutches this, my mind is going to cave in. Tragedy turns the corner, breaks more damage, gets the regen, looks around the side, gets another break, doesn't quite hit the follow-up air shot, but the damage is still there. Tragedy Killer is still maneuvering, gets a boulder right to the face, but turns around regardless. Flight Rune is off cooldown. He's checking the trees appropriately as he sees what should be Alpha Dog hiding in the trees.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
He's getting up as high as he can now, OSK. He's doing exactly the strategy we talked about earlier. This is so consistent. Getting your spot up for a boulder drop as he hits a big 44 and a 40 on top of it, but his health is at risk as well. Tragedy's getting hit from all angles. Recovery giving him a little bit of more space.
Oh my goodness, look at that giant boulder. Dodge it, man. Oh my god.
People are just hucking boulders up here like it's Christmas. We got tons of projectiles flying through.
What a nice
Killer.
hit. He just needs one more hit.
Boulder.
He needs one more hit on that, man. Get it.
Oh, if Tragedy can get his spots off, this might be a game-changing moment. 3 people left in the game.
Now.
Willie Jutsu gets the kill into Megaverse. This is Alpadog, Willie Jutsu, and Tragedy for the game.
Oh no, don't fly out of the zone. That's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Thankfully, the recovery is gonna come in handy. 2 boulders down. Let's see if he can do. Oh, he gets the fiery boulder. That's gonna come down crashing here pretty soon. He's gotta be careful from his own boulder right here.
His flight is off cooldown in just 1 second. Tragedy taking another chance to get up. Look at all these people. Anime scrap in the air. This is a mid-air battle. AC 130 Tragedy Killer tries to hit it, but it doesn't land.
Yes.
3 people left. Tragedy turns it. He gets the kill down. Tragedy won the game.
Himself.
Tragedy won the game.
Wait, did he? I thought he exiled himself.
He got the kill onto Alpadog. You can watch. This is a delay. The chat will be able to see this. There is.
Oh, I want to see.
I'm getting way too excited over this. But he got the kill onto Alpadog a frame before he dies. A literal frame before the storm tick connects.
But there were 3 people left.
The other person must have went out in the storm. You can look at the kill feed. We're gonna have to watch it back on the delay. We need instant replay. I'm
Oh my
standing up
goodness.
once again. This has been one of the craziest qualifiers I have ever casted right now. This is nuts.
My goodness. I'm
Okay, well,
pretty
we let the delay
sure.
sit. We're gonna spin the wheel, even though we know the
Yeah,
result.
let's
This is
spin the
tradition now
wheel.
at this point.
We'll
This has
see.
become tradition. Spin the wheel, baby. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
I want the blank space.
I
The
want
blank
the
space. Let's go.
blank.
Oh, looks
Ladies
like
and gentlemen, Game
Tempest.
6 will be
Hey,
Tempest
I
on NA.
never would have guessed that.
Never could have guessed it. We will be
I'm a
right back.
literal monkey.
We're gonna load up a lobby and bring you guys to game. Okay, sorry, I just watched on the delay. That was Tragedy Killer taking the dub there. All right, we will be right back here. Oh my goodness. Okay, I want to quickly get this out of the way right away. Hey, the Game 6 screen working like intended. Okay, I want
What
to
a
get this out of the
beauty.
way. That is my apologies. Willie Jutsu actually took the win in that Game 5. He had a common stone and he outlived the haters, getting the kill, getting the dub right there. Willie Jutsu taking Game 5. We are immediately into Game 6 on the Tempest. This OSK was the class that I am looking forward to the most to watch.
Yeah, for sure. I actually didn't even see Frosty there. Maybe I'm blind, but he is getting chunked down by the opposite of Tempest. That Stone Gauntlet early game coming in pretty nicely, and he is actually just getting mauled right now. He has 19 HP. It's going to take a boulder, and that'll be it. I'm predicting it now, and there it is. I can tell the future.
Unfortunate. Milzy42 got an epic stone off the drop. Anybody who's played Tempest knows how hard it is to compete with a combat gauntlet early on. Milzy42 got such a good drop there, but credit to him for taking advantage of his loot advantage. taking advantage. I said that too many times, but regardless, Mosey42 making it work. 420 killer now. This beautiful loading screen keeping me from seeing the action as Megaverse for the win takes the kill onto HB Muffin. I want to give a shout out to Megaverse. He has been going crazy today. Really impressed with his play all around. MG90 gets the kill into Coffee Bull, and Swagman17 dies to AGG Sizz. So we are down into it here. 33 people. This will probably be one of the slower paced games. Tempest players generally need a little bit more time, a little bit more gear to ramp themselves up. You don't see a lot of fights early game, but we do see Willie Jutsu getting into a little bit of an engagement. 33 people. Willie Jutsu wants to back off this one completely. He does have a dash room, but it is on common rarity. That cooldown is way too long for him to rely on it. Zone Bones kills Arnando B. Disco Inferno gets a kill, and Outrix also killing RGB Imagine with a Frost Snipe. 30 people in this game. This one is actually coming down to the action quite quickly.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to point out, Willie, I don't think he likes Tempest very much because he's running the Lightning. He wants to do the opposite of what Tempest wants to do, which is just absolute anti-air, instead of synergizing with it, which is fine. I mean, it's a valid strategy. It worked pretty well for I can't remember who ran it. I think it wasn't Majin, it was someone else. Yesterday, they were just no, it was Moktola. That's who it was.
Yeah, Moktola, yes.
Yeah, he was just standing on a high place, just lightning down all these Tempest players, and I think that's what Willie wants to do today as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him, considering, like you said, he is so deadly with the lightning. He's going to play to his advantages. One of my favorite things about this MOE tournament is players having to play these new styles. Outrix getting the kill onto King Fizzle Beef with the win spam, down to 28 people left in the game. We're seeing Outrix with that common dash, which seems to be the trend in this game 6. Lots of common dashes all over the map. I'm sure Tempest players aren't too upset about that. Dash being such a useful rune when you're running the Tempest. It allows you so much more mobility.
Oh, what? He just read the grass.
Okay, so he is picking up scrolls off the invisible ground from the Shadow World. Outrix learning quickly.
just put that book back in the Shadow Realm because that thing is cursed.
That
My
thing
goodness.
is cursed.
Don't bring that evil on me.
Yeah, the spectral scroll helping him out there. We see Zen as well getting a couple pots off. His loot is looking pretty horrendous, so he needs to do a better job of trying to get what he can before we get into these fights. It really does make a really big difference, you know, with these all these games, having even just double rarity on somebody on a belt, like a belt difference, an amulet difference. It will be the difference between you living and dying in a lot of situations. So it's crucial that these people work their way around the map, especially in a game like Tempest where items make a massive difference. Tusk gets the kill onto Elpadog, and we see now Tusk immediately into another engagement. Look at the dash movement, look at the rune movement, but he accidentally throws his tornado over the other side of the wall. So AGG Sizz is gonna finish the kill. Snowman also getting a kill onto Meal Major. 24 people left in the game. Keymaster on my guy Sizz as he walks through. He has Spell Slinger actually, OSK. What do you think about that choice?
Yeah, it's pretty standard actually. I think that going back, I mentioned this yesterday as well. A lot of these pre-alpha players like to use Tempest as more of a utility sort of class. So they'll keep the win for that height and the utility, and then they'll choose 2 other gauntlets to kind of synergize with that. And that's really what Spell Slinger is all about. Real quick, calling out the kill feed, you see Fumbles taking out Syncade.
Nice. So Syncade actually going down, I'm pretty sure due to the massive lead that Syncade has accrued already through the tournament. I'm pretty sure first place is an absolute shoo-in. I think Syncade could have ran down the fracture with me and you, and he would have been just fine. But still nice to see Syncade get out, so maybe some people in the lobby feel a little bit more confident about approaching these fights. Syncade, as I can say from experience of getting clapped on the EU server, it is not a very fun experience running into Syncade in the open field. And these players are probably pretty happy that they don't have to suffer that in this Tempest match.
Yeah, can't wait for LAN tourneys.
Can't wait for LAN
tourneys. That's going to be the real test. But anyway.
Okay, you and I in suits in person, I need LAN tournaments in my life. I need them. Spellbreak LAN would make me the happiest man on earth as Ilya Sitch gets into an engagement, throws down his opponent, has the chrono as he teleports right in front of his eyes. Ilya now dropping a tornado but getting shot by an outside frost. There was a lot of gamers in this one spot. This is a ton of fighting coming on the outside of the Halcyon Reach circle. Looks like Ilya is going to get his chance to pot. Snowman getting a kill onto Scene Unguardable. Snowman, a very, very deadly Tempest player. Somebody to keep an eye on as we go farther. Tragedy Killer gets a kill. 420 Killer goes down to Outrix. Tons of death and destruction in this Tempest matchup.
Just keeps on coming. Keep bringing the exiles. That's what I like to see. And I like to see Ilya just absolutely maul this man with his frost lances. He's
What
gonna be
a
right behind you, boy.
madman!
There he
Looking
is.
to secure the kill. Can we see
Don't
a
miss.
highlight play for the YouTube, ladies and gentlemen?
I
Here's
wanna
the
see
bop.
a
Oh,
montage.
no! He just barely misses off the backside. Ilya hit 2 beautiful air shots, looking to secure the kill. This is what really counts. Are we going to see him secure this exile that's going to make all the difference? He gets over the backside. Nice sneak. His
Oh, he
opponent
has a lot of
did
health.
take a double armor pot. His opponent must be running thirsty or something of the sorts because Ilya was not expecting that amount of HP. Knocks him down a little bit, looks for the corner, but doesn't connect. The flight gets caught on the sidewall. Spooks also getting a kill into Drasticon, which is huge. We see Ilya now rotating around the other side. This is a really good position that he's in. 17 people. He does still have an HP advantage, but it's only slight now. His HP is ticking down due to this potential storm damage. Breaks the armor, though. Both players are actually in this weird spot. As Ilya says, forget about it.
Oh
Let
my
me take
goodness.
that kill,
Oh,
Snowman.
Snowman almost getting it right there. Thankfully, the recovery is coming in quite nicely for Ilya Shits there. He has 3 points into it. He's going to regenerate his health all the way back pretty quickly, actually. So
I just want to give credit to Ilya for getting that kill into Snowman. Snowman, I was saying earlier, is a very scary Tempest player. Ilya managing to stay completely on top of that fight all throughout, finishing the kill. We are down to 16 people in Game 6 of the second qualifier for the MOE tournament. This one is really down to it. OSK, I forgot to ask you, who is your prediction to win this Game 6?
To win the Game 6, I'm going to be looking at Tragedy Killer. He did pretty well yesterday on the Tempest, and even though he's on controller, he has proven time and time again that playing on the sticks ain't no thing. You could play with one joystick if you wanted to. This man is absolutely nuts on the sticks.
Yeah, I mean, Tragedy Killer is quickly becoming one of my favorite players to watch. Another person that I've loved seeing today is Megaverse for the win. He's been amazing to see. Just whipping out the damage all over the map. Willie Jutsu now on his Tempest. I don't know how comfortable Willie Jutsu feels on this class. I know he's a conduit for life, but we're going to move over to Outrix, whose loot is looking delicious. He just needs a couple more scrolls to get himself educated, to finish off that master's degree. He's in 3rd term, working his way through. Shout out to Outrix. Just needs 3 more scrolls to get it done here.
Yeah, and I would, I'm going to start placing this label around these people that run lightning in the Tempest rounds. I'm gonna call them the villains. Okay.
The villains.
These are the super villains of Spellbreak, the people who ruin everyone else's fun by running lightning on a Tempest round. You call it what you want, but that's what I'm calling it.
Well, we see not OP now running that. This is the build that I would be running if I was in this event. I mean, I would also probably get clapped at about number 29 if I was in this event, but nonetheless, we got OP running the Toxic with Tempest. This type of spam on the Toxic Tornado can actually make such a big difference when you get into clumped fights, especially in the final circle when you get a lot of agency. Running a build like this gives you the choice. It puts the power in your hands to lay the CC. The only downside to this build is that you have no range, so you cannot pick fights at distance. You have to jump in there. That's exactly why OP is running this Runic Fluency double Shadow Step, so he can get a little bit more burst mobility. Ilya getting a kill onto MG90 at the same time that Wolf finishes a kill. So we're down to 14 people in Game 6. OP getting a beautifully crucial belt in this situation. That's going to be massive.
Yeah, for sure. That absolutely huge legendary belt is absolutely huge. And going back to running Toxic, I'm not sure how it's going to work out for him in my personal experience. Playing against a Tempest is the absolute worst nightmare of a Toxic player, just because they have so much verticality. They can move up and down so well, and the projectile isn't exactly the fastest thing in the world. So he'll need to be up close and personal and really just pick his fights pretty wisely. He's going to be using that wind more than anything, I would imagine.
Yeah, and as you say that, Not OP whips out the wind on these boys, getting a lot of damage down, chases down the kill, looks to finish.
Boy, what did I tell you?
Gets eaten up by OP. Now OP jumps over the side, takes that tornado, uses that
Nice.
that we were just talking about, and look at the movement. Gets himself a nice reset, but somebody chases him down. OP is now in a lot of trouble. 34 HP with a storm on back. An opponent gets there's 2 on him.
Yeah.
OP, no. OP gets double teamed by Spooks and another person, and it looks like that's going to cost Spooks his round as well. That will be the end of the tournament for both of these contestants, unless Spooks can pull off a miracle. Not enough.
And
gets the kill
no
right
miracles. No miracles today. People are playing Lightning on Tempest. There's absolutely no hope for anybody. So,
You are
HCC
very worked up about this Lightning offhand pick, and I respect you for it, OSK. We see.
That's what they're doing. It's literally there to ruin Tempest fun. That's what Lightning is absolutely for. It's the anti-air gauntlet. That's what it's called. Like,
That's ridiculous right here, but I do agree with you on that
writing.
anti-air. It is deadly. We see Ilya getting a kill into Megaverse, so that is one of my favorite contestants out of the game right now. 9 people left in the Game 6 conclusion. AG says does have the Spell Slinger. I think he may be the only one left in the lobby running the Spell Slinger, so he does have a fire in his pocket. It's only green rarity, so it's not going to be a big game changer, but maybe it will make a bit of a difference if he has to hit some air shots to get the full break on it. 9 people left in this game, as we mentioned. Look at AGG finding a target, hitting that anti-air with a different anti-air gauntlet. 4 ticks all over. Fumbles get the kill into Millsy, actually, with the Frost. AGG,
Oh, that recovery.
nice.
That recovery's coming in. You saw he had more health than before he floated up. There's no way he drank a potion. So he is running some heavy recovery right here. Stone might actually be his worst enemy right now as far as extended fights because he's just going to keep regenerating all that health. Look how much he has. It's crazy.
AGG was so close to getting the Stone Slam, but his mana ran out.
Oh, the
right
fire,
before.
this
And now
tornadoes.
AGG is getting hit by so much different damage over time effects. With 8 people left in this game, AGG has to be so damn careful with getting third-partied. 1 death, and that is the end of your MOE tournament. Remember, this is Game 6, the conclusion of the event. Now we're over to Ilya Shich, who's looking to hit a nice, nasty Frost shot, but none of them connecting off the rip. Ilya now getting down into low ground, taking a quick pot, has the flight off cooldown, double stack thanks to Runic Fluency. Ilya moving around here, making what he can of the situation, OSK.
Yeah, for sure. He's actually running his Frost right here. I think he's looking for the Twitch clips. He's looking to make his own little montage right here. That's the only reason that you run Frost on Tempest is to get some good footage.
Yeah, it can be a deadly gauntlet though. Some players I've seen with that Tempest on the Frost in the offhand can be so effective. So it looks like Tragedy Killer actually got eliminated now. 6 people left in the game. Tragedy goes down to an unfortunate engagement with Fumbles XO. AGG picks up another kill. This time it's on Fumbles. Ilya missing a very crucial win shot, but he hits the follow-up ice. 66 onto his opponent as he watches a small
nice.
How did he get that flick? That kill was with an ice gauntlet.
Look at Wolf right here. 1-2. Hit him with the old 1-2.
Oh,
my
Wolf is
goodness. And there's a 1, and here's the 2. Right here.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Vital Stone. Someone's actually running Vital Stone. I'm a little bit upset, but that's okay. He just needs to land one more Frost shot, and he has this.
Sees his opponent, gets the track. 1 more tick is all it's going to take. Very Chris goes down. This is the 1v1 to end it all. Wolf versus his opponent in an open field. Wolf looks for the flick, doesn't quite land it, takes a massive fire tornado as a DPS check. He also is running Spell Slinger, actually, funny enough, so Wolf's Flight Rune is going to come off cooldown in just a second here. Needs to just build enough time to get it off. There it goes, he's up top.
The wing dash.
Whoa!
Oh, that's so nasty!
Whoa, whoa.
Out of my chair.
No.
No, put that back in your pocket, because that is dangerous.
We have just seen a criminal act live on the internet on twitch.tv/element_SB. Wolf, you cannot do that. That is illegal, fully illegal. Oh my God.
Jesus
I cannot wait to
Christ.
see chat's reaction to that act of absolute destruction. Wolf showing off the mechanics to the maximum out here today. We are going to quickly hit a BRB screen. I'm going to make sure that we can check the scores, make sure that everything will be able to be shown on stream. I think we all know who won first place, but it would be awesome if we could show you the rest of the top 10. I will be back in just a second to let my heart rate settle. Wolf, don't do me like that.
Oh my goodness.
you want to? Oh, you need to. Can you bring up your live stream? No, like on Discord so we can see it. Because right now I'm talking blind, but I can quickly talk if it really is live. We got Syncade in first place, got Wolf in second, Elpadog in third, Spooks in fourth, Tragedy Killer in fifth. Sixth place goes to Fumbles XO. Seventh goes to my man Megaverse. Millsy42 picks up eighth place. Willie Jutsu takes ninth. And Barry Crisp just barely takes 10th by 7 points.
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is your Element Tournament MOE qualifier number 2. We are going to go ahead and send off a raid to another beautiful person in the community. Let me just confirm that this is live right now. We are live. Yes? Perfect. So we're going to send it off. Yeet. That's the end of it. We're live, but only for another minute because we're about to end this one. So we're going to send it over to our friend in the community. It's going to be going over to Tacos, the meme master.
The
getting
meme lord.
So that is the top 10. If you guys want to take a look at the scores for yourself, go ahead and press ! scores, and you can take a peek at where every single other person ended up. And also, if you want to join Element, join the tournaments, join any of these things, feel free to join the Element Discord, and you will be right there to see all of this beautiful stuff. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to send it off. We're going to just wait a minute for the delay to go away, so we will be silent. Thank you.